Are you guys singing?
Yes, I'm singing.
You guys are disappointing me if you're not. If I'm coming up with these songs with the catchy hook, and you guys are not singing. Are we all good? MC1 right? Good to go? So at the end of your rows, I handed out some handouts. Go ahead and pass those down. Was I in here when you guys got asked what you did for your weekend? Anything cool, exciting? I was on the couch all weekend. Whatever my daughter had last week is now making its way through my house. So we're all like muscle aches and body aches and yeah. Anybody watch The Last Airbender? So I introduced my daughter to The Last Airbender. Now she's 7. And we're on the last book. And we are on the last chapter that has all the other chapters. So we are getting ready to fight the Fire Lord, or the Fire Phoenix, or whatever he decided he wanted to name himself. So last night, we didn't get to watch it last night, but Friday night and majority of Saturday, we caught up, and now we're almost at the end. Yes.
Are you going to watch Legends of Korra afterwards?
You know, I was told about that, and I looked at it, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But she really enjoys it. So my brother watches. He's into anime and stuff like that, and she'll sit there and she'll watch it. But you know, you have the subtitles. She can't read, so she can't understand what's going on. But she's watching and she likes it. So I'm like, we should probably introduce her to Avatar. You know. And she loves it. She water bends and air bends, and she doesn't like fire.
That's good.
Yeah, it really is. Because, last night I was like, for those of you who haven't seen The Last Airbender, I'm sorry. But that's like what we are on right now. So my favorite character is Zuko, and he is the Fire Lord's son that got banished because he spoke out to his father. And his mission in life is to find the Avatar and capture the Avatar. But he goes through this constant battle of good and evil throughout the entire series. And I feel like he's the most true to life character there is, because we are constantly battling between what's wrong and right, doing the right thing, not wanting to go to jail because I won't survive there, that kind of stuff. So he's like my favorite character, and she likes the girl. All the girls, And then that's my second favorite, because he kind of went through the same battle of good and evil too. And she likes Iroh because he's always given that wisdom stuff. And when you follow the clouds, Prince Zuko, then you will find yourself. And she's like, he's always talking, So. Hi, I'm Zuko, you know me. Anyways, so he goes through the battle of good and evil throughout the whole thing, and he finally decides which side he wants to be on, just in case you guys want to watch it. He picks a side, and yes. Anyway, so that was my weekend in a nutshell. So exciting, yay. I have pretty exciting weekends now that I'm over 30. Gone are the days. All right, so we're going to talk about some capitalization. If you can say capitalization fast 5 times, then good on you. We're going to go over what to capitalize and what not to capitalize in your writing. And a lot of it is going to be like, duh, I know that. And there are going to be some things on there that you have not seen before, because it's very military writing specific. So we'll touch on the things that you should know at this point, and then we'll spend some more time on the things that you will see now that you're in the Navy and you're going to be writing for the Navy. So before we get started, I have this kindergarten type video. No, it's not even Schoolhouse Rock. It's, yes. Is it misspelled capitalization? I can't spell the word I can't say. There we go. Capitalization. So yeah, you guys know that, right?
SMC1. Well, I thought I knew punctuation.
And then punctuation took you for a ride, right? Oh, wrong one. All right, so let's talk capital that. So you're going to start writing here this week, Thursday. You're going to start writing leads, and we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And that's why we're pretty much doing the little flashback to things that we were taught in first grade kind of thing, first, second, third grade. And capitalization is one of those things where we've been taught it so long ago that it's like muscle memory now. You just already know that you're going to capitalize names and, titles and things like that. So there are just some things that we're going to introduce to you as MCs that you're going to need to know now that you're moving forward in this course. Some of the resources that you'll have to help you, the AP. You guys are familiar with that one by now, right? The Navy Style Guide, you learned about that one today. Yes. Yep. And the dictionary. We all know about that one, right? Yes. And now this lecture and your notes and the stuff that we're going to give you as handouts. So every time you sit down to write, you should have these resources right there at your fingertips. I never write a story, and I've been in the Navy for almost 10 years now. I've never written a story or written a broadcast script without having one of those resources right at my fingertips, especially the AP. So your objective today is to apply English skills. You'll be applying proper capitalization when you do your homework tonight. You have your capitalization, module tonight. And you'll also apply these skills as you move forward in this class. We're going to break the capitalization rules into two categories. We're going to touch on rules 1 through 5 first, and then we're going to jump into rules 6 through 10. So right off the bat, rule 1. And you can follow along on your handout. You can take notes on this, whatever you need, highlighter, color coordination, whatever you need. Capitalize proper nouns. This is not something new, right? So you're going to take a journey back to our roots in the English language, and we are going to be able to identify proper and common nouns, right? Nouns used to identify names, person, place, thing, animal, or idea, right? That's not something that we're hearing for the first time. So let's look at proper nouns. These are very specific. They're the actual names of people, places, and things. These are states, streets, rivers, your name, that kind of stuff, right? Proper name. So if we were trying to identify this individual, his proper name is Dwayne Johnson, right? His proper name is not The Rock. That is his nickname. And a common name to identify this person would be a man, an actor, or a wrestler. And that would be the common name. Yes. Seaman Woods.
MC1, would you capitalize The Rock?
Is it proper?
It is.
It is?
Well, I mean, it's not common.
Yes, you would capitalize The Rock.
Thank you, sure. They don't come up. That's gonna be rule number 4.
All right. So common nouns, general names of things. Let me see if I can go back. So a general name would be a man, an actor, or a wrestler. These are not capitalized because they're generic references. Child, salesperson, toddler, policeman. Those are not capitalized. Any confusion there? No. So some proper versus common nouns. So Lieutenant James Smith, that would be proper. Common would be officer. Proper America, common would be country. Same with Maryland, state, San Diego, city, Denver Broncos, team, Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal, or medal. So you would capitalize the proper name of this thing, person, and then if you're going with the common noun, you would not capitalize that. Take out your AP Style Guide. And also take out your US Navy Style Guide. And in your AP Style Guide, go ahead and find the capitalization section. Or the capitalization entry. Page 39. Who wants to go ahead and read that for me? The first portion of the capitalization. Seaman Fink, go ahead.
In general, avoid unnecessary capitals. Use a capital letter only if you can justify it by one of the principles listed here. Many words and phrases, including special cases, are listed separately in this book. Entries that are capitalized without further comment should be capitalized in all cases. If there is no relevant listing in this book for a particular word or phrase, consult Webster's New World College Dictionary. Use lowercase if the dictionary lists it as an acceptable form for the sense in which the word is being used. As used in this book, capitalize means to use uppercase for the first letter of a word. If additional capital letters are needed, they are called for by an example or a phrase such as use all caps.
All right. So are you confused about what the AP says about capitalization? Who knew there was an entry in the AP about capitalization? All right, some of you. All right, in your US Navy Style Guide, go to the entry sailor. Who's going to read this one for me? Seaman Robipal.
Capitalize sailor in all references except when referring to those who belong to foreign navies.
Who knew that? When did you guys find that out?
Today.
Today. Oh my gosh. So before you joined the Navy, you did not know that sailor, when you were referring to an American sailor, will always be capitalized, right? How cool is that? We actually learned something new that applies only to the Navy, right? I like that. I'm always excited. I remember, where's my clicky thing? I lost my clicky thing. Oh, it's right here. I remember when I found that out, I was super excited. I was like, oh, I did not know that. So now you know two things. You know where to go in your AP style when you have capitalization questions. And now you also know that no matter what, when you are referring to an American sailor, sailor will always be capitalized. If you are referring to sailors from a different country, sailor will not be capitalized. Any questions there? Yes? No? Maybe so? Stephen Nelson.
When you're referring to an officer from a foreign country, do you, does the same rule apply? It's not a sailor, but.
You don't capitalize officer anyways.
Okay.
Officer is a common noun. All right, rule number 2, capitalize derivatives. Who knows what derivatives mean? Seaman Hall. I had to look it up in the dictionary.
I'm thinking math derivatives, but derivatives are just, it's like derivatives of the name. So I can't think of a way to explain it.
In English. So derivatives are words that are derived from other words that are called root words. So let's look at it. So derivatives are proper adjectives derived from proper nouns. So name specific person, place, or thing. So example would be French fries. French fries is a derivative of the word French. You're not going to capitalize French fries because it is not a proper noun. What about Manhattan cocktail? You're not going to capitalize the Manhattan because they're naming this cocktail after Manhattan, so it would be lowercase. Thanksgiving lunch, Chinese food, Canadian border, Shakespearean play. Proper adjective, proper noun used as an adjective. So if you're going to use a proper noun as an adjective, then you would capitalize. If it's not dependent on the root word, then you're not going to capitalize it. So if Shakespearean plays, you need Shakespeare in there for you to understand that we're talking about Shakespearean plays, right? Or it would just be a play. So you're being more specific and you're putting Shakespearean play. Any questions there? Yes.
Would another example be the American flag? Would that be capitalized?
Then American would be capitalized, yes.
I assume.
All right, moving on. Family relationships. You're only going to capitalize when family relationships are used as proper nouns. So Aunt B, bae, makes the best chocolate chip cookies. But you're not going to capitalize it if it follows a possessive pronoun. My grandpa, my Aunt Bae, my mom, my brother, your mom, your grandpa Alvin. You would not capitalize that family relationship if it is following a possessive pronoun. Yes, Stephen Hall.
When I learned this rule, I remember when I learned it, if you could replace the name, or like mother with a person's name, so like if you could replace it with Jane or whatever her name was, then that's when you would capitalize it. Because
Yeah.
you wouldn't replace it like, if it was just my grandpa will turn 92 years old, you couldn't say my Thomas will turn 92 years old.
Right. Right. Exactly. Any questions there? Titles. And this is when we start getting into some Navy stuff. So you're going to capitalize titles preceding names and ranks when used as part of a person's name. Mass Communication Specialist, First Class, Lori Bent. Mass Communication Specialist will be capitalized because it's preceding my name. So in the example, Captain Lance P. Gray spoke to the ship's crew today about the upcoming deployment. Captain will be capitalized not only because it is the first word in the sentence, but because it is preceding his name. Here's the kicker. You're not going to capitalize that same title if it follows the name. Lori Bent, a mass communication specialist, first class, is an instructor at DINFOS. You would not capitalize the title in that case because it is coming after my name. Also, you will not capitalize ranks when used as a common noun. Lori Bent, comma, an instructor at DINFOS. You will not capitalize instructor. Any questions there? We shall see. Compass directions and regions. Go ahead and look in your AP and look under the entry for directions and regions, or is it regions and directions? Which one is it? Is it regions and directions?
That's directions and regions.
Directions and regions.
Page 76.
Who's going to read this one for me? Seaman Ferreira, go ahead. You don't even have it yet?
76.
That's why, because I got it. This is 76. See it? There it is. I got it. In general, lowercase north, south, northeast, northern, etc., when they indicate compass direction, capitalize these words when they designate regions. For example, he drove west, the cold front is moving east, so that's lowercase. Regions would be a storm system that developed in the Midwest is spreading eastward. The Midwest is capitalized. It will bring showers to the east coast by morning and to the entire northeast by late in the day. Showers and thunderstorms were forecast in the Texas Panhandle. High temperatures will prevail throughout the western states. The north was victorious, the south will ride the end. Settlers from the east went to the west in search of true lives. The customs of the east are different from those of the west. The northeast depends on the Midwest for its food supply. She has a southern accent. He is a northerner. Asian nations are opening doors to western businessmen. Canada developed a southern strategy. The storm developed in the South Pacific. European leaders met to talk about supplies of oil from Southeast Asia.
So there are quite a few examples in there on when you should or should not capitalize. So, like he said, you're going to capitalize compass directions and regions only when they refer to specific regions. So Taylor has 3 relatives from the south. However, the petty officer lives in the southeast section of town. Southeast would not be capitalized. Town. Any questions there on compass directions and regions? Did you guys come across any compass directions and regions during your CEAP packet last night? A couple nights ago? Okay. Midwest was one of them, yeah? Yeah? All right, so I have an activity for us for interim review. So, each row will get a sentence to copy edit. Actually, each row will get 2 sentences to copy edit. MC's in the fleet. Yep. Seaman Fink, can you grab these for your row, please? Seaman Wilson and Seaman Wiley.
Am I taking 2?
Yeah, you're taking 2. So based on the handout that you've gotten, you might find some errors that we haven't gone over yet, but that's fine. We'll copy edit them together. And we're going to use the copy editing symbols for uppercase or lowercase based on what you think is appropriate for the errors. Every sentence has a capitalization error. So you have to use your resources to find what these errors are. And I'm going to give you colored markers to copy edit them. Here you go. So break off into your ships. Here you go. Yeah. Here you go. And go ahead and you guys can stick it on the wall over that blank. There you go. So make sure you have your resources. You're not figuring this out from memory. You can just pigtail it and write what it is, or you do the 3 lines under each letter that needs to be capitalized.
Just pigtail it and then write it. Less work.
Yes. No, the only thing you're worried about is capitalization. Do not insert any commas, apostrophes, nothing. All you're worried about is capitalization. If you have inserted a copy edited mark that is not capitalization or lowercase, just pigtail it. Excuse me, I think you guys may need this to help you.
Boy Scout.
Use the dictionary, use your AP style guide, use your handouts that you just got. You guys are gonna need this.
Here, I'm looking up Boy Scout.
Oh, you guys need one too? All right, you guys used the O&O already? Did you guys use that yet? I think you need another one. Oh, you're gonna have to navigate that O&O there, shipmate.
Troop is left.
You guys are gonna need this for the class of ship.
Don't scribble that, right?
These guys are using Western Pacific, I think that is that's a compass direction, so I think it is. Because it's a region, it's not a specific place. It's not a region. So Western needs to be lowercase.
Is it? Is that what it says? All right. If that's what it says.
So it's actually no, yeah, it would be the West Bridge.
It's an adjective, right? I would think it's a region of the.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's a region of the. Like the West Coast.
It's not the. I don't think it's.
We're not.
It's not specific.
Really confident.
It is a lowercase W.
Pretty sad. I didn't put that one.
Wait, let's look at the region.
Check in the direction. Direction of
Midwest, correct? Because it's referring to.
Yeah, the Western Pacific region.
capitalized compass direction.
All right, go ahead and wrap up. Make your final corrections. Yes. No, I just, I was going to write 9 months. I was going to write 9 months, and then I realized that I had to spell out 9. And then I was like, well, I don't want to have to copy edit on something that you guys have to copy edit. So I just put a 1. It's not a thing. Yeah. Which one? Oh. All right, go ahead and make your last corrections and then take a seat. So choose a presenter from your row who will present the corrections and the rule that applies. So we're going to start off with the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. Who you guys choose? Have a seat in the back. Time's up. I don't know if the class can see from there. All right, yeah. Or have someone hold it up and go over the corrections.
We'll hold up the paper for me. So the first one, A is capitalized because it's at the beginning of the sentence, so we left it that way. Chief Aviation First Mate is capitalized according to the Navy style guide. Rates are capitalized when they're used before a name. And then so are titles. Leading Chief Petty Officer is not supposed to be capitalized because it's not associated with the name. And then the Helicopter Maritime Strike Group, according to the Navy style guide, is capitalized. And then Friday is capitalized also, according to the Navy style guide.
All right. Is he correct?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Who said no? Okay. Keep going.
And then we have Rockford Navy Week. This is capitalized because this is an actual event, and so it's not this. Well, Navy's always capitalized in any use, according to the Navy style guide. And then, since this is an event, it's capitalized. It looked like it was capitalized, but it shouldn't be capitalized. Great Lakes is an area. It's a location, so it is capitalized.
You guys are correct. All right, who's gonna go from the WASP? Seaman Woods. We actually need you to move it over here so the camera can pick it up. So you're gonna need someone to hold it for you.
Yeah. Okay. MC1 Jill Fans. It's a name supposed to be capitalized. An instructor at Dinfos. We decided that is not a complete title, so instructor should not be capitalized. Dinfos should be capitalized, and Midwestern is stating a region, so that should be capitalized as well.
What do we say? Yay or nay?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Haggerty, what's up?
The way that you did the little curly tail, doesn't that make a space after or before the?
No, because he's putting the dimples back in that.
Nope, he's deleting and inserting Dinfos, so it's just gonna take the place. All right, next one. That's if you are deleting it and not replacing. Yeah. You guys picked the shortest one on the team.
Members of Boy Scout Troop 7-4, that is a whole troop, so boy should be capitalized as well as troop. Sacred Heart Church is the name of the church, so church should also be capitalized in that. Minutes class, according to the Navy Style Guide class, is not capitalized. USS, obviously according to the Navy Style Guide, SS should be capitalized. Carl Vinson should be capitalized. Staten Island is a place, should be capitalized. And Fleet Week, New York, according to the Navy Style Guide, Fleet Week should be capitalized.
Yay or nay? Yay. Yay, all right. Good job, guys. And then for the Mount Whitney, what do we got? What do we have?
Bring it.
Spirit stick.
Whoa.
Really? Okay.
And a football?
Show offs. All right, what do we have?
All right, so we have the USS George Washington. SS is supposed to be capitalized because you capitalized the name of the ship, just like our
When you
nomenclature.
get a spirit stick, you can do it too.
And it's embarked air wing. Carrier air wing is supposed to be capitalized according to the Navy style guide.
Why?
Because it is used as a title, EVW5. If it's just being used generally, then it's lowercase. If it's not as a title, not saying that correctly. And if it's not being used as a title.
If it is being used as a common noun, then it's not. Yeah. All right.
On patrol in the U.S. 7th Fleet, that is supposed to be capitalized according to the Navy Style Guide. And area of responsibility is just a general region, it's always lowercase, according to the Navy Style Guide.
All right. Thank you. What's your next one? Yay or nay on that? Yeah, for using the spirit stick, right? All right.
USS.
We can't see.
Oh, sorry.
The USS Wasp, LHD-1. Wasp is supposed to be capitalized along with LHD-1 because it is a ship name according to the Navy Style Guide. Departed its home port of Naval Station Norfolk. Naval Station Norfolk is the name, it's a proper noun, so it's going to be capitalized according to the Navy Style Guide. March 20th, March should be capitalized because it's a month. For a 19 month, this month is not supposed to be capitalized, it's supposed to be lowercase. Because
It's common.
It's a common noun
Uh-huh.
around the world.
And ignore that slash at the bottom.
Oh, okay. And there's no such thing as a 19-month deployment. Just know that. It was supposed to be 9, but I didn't spell out 9, so I had to figure out a quick fix, so I just put the 1. All right, so Carl Vinson, what do we have?
Shouldn't the month of March be written out because it is?
That's what we would.
I think you said only word about capitalization, but
We're only worried about capitalization, senior.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
I did say that. Good job, guys. Active learning all the time. I love it. I love it. So who's presenting? Seaman Haggerty. Yay.
If I give you two something.
Guys, guided missile destroyer, we looked that up, and it was undercase,
They
lowercase.
can't hear you in the back.
We looked up guided missile destroyer, and that was undercase,
Lowercase.
lowercase. The Samson DDG is a ship, so that is uppercase. Western Pacific, that was in the really thick book. Style guide. So uppercase, lowercase, Western. I thought it was a derivative, but it wasn't. So yes.
So I want to make a note of Western Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean, that is the name, the proper name of the ocean. Western is what? It's just a compass direction, and we're not going to capitalize the compass direction. And why I did not want you guys to insert other copy edits, because there's no comma there. So stick to capitalization, and we'll be fine for this
Yeah,
exercise.
that was interesting. When we looked it up, there was a comma under the guided missile destroyer. So
Yeah, so no comma there. All right, yay or nay on the first one? We're not going to put a comma there. There's no comma there, okay? No comma there. We're not going to separate the type and the name of the ship because you're describing the ship, all right? No commas. Yay or nay on this one? All the errors are corrected? Good job. Except for the comma.
The other one was a little bit easier. It's always uppercase when it's before the name. Those are all after, so they would be lowercase.
Yep. So here it says the captain will be, introduce the senior chief petty officers on stage, and it's lowercase because senior chief petty officers are not acting as a title, so it's a common noun, so it will be lowercase. Understood?
Yes.
Yay or nay? Yeah. Good job, guys. Yay! You guys did really, really, really well. I'm so proud of you.
You did the best.
All right, so let's keep moving. Let's do this. All right, so rule 6, historical periods. Have you guys come across historical periods in your homework packets yet? So you're going to capitalize historical periods and events. So Victorian era, the Great Depression, stuff like that. However, you're not going to capitalize century numbers, 1st century, 3rd century, 20th century, 21st century. Is there an entry in the AP about that?
Yes.
What does it say? Who can find it? Whoever finds it first can read it. Go ahead, Seaman Wilson.
Century, lowercase, spelling out numbers less than 10, 1st century, 21st century. For proper names, follow the organization's practice, 21st century Fox, 20th century Larry.
Any questions about historical periods?
Centuries.
44.
It's page 44. Sorry.
There's always a question about things like Vietnam era. If you capitalize the era in Vietnam, that is something that if you're going to use that in your writing, you need to make sure that you're checking that in the dictionary and in the AP. If you're, especially when you start writing features and you want to write a very compelling story, I don't know, about history or something, you guys have, there's a lot of history lovers in here. You want to make sure that you're using the right capitalization for the era that you're talking about. What is the era that they attribute to the president? I can't remember. There's a specific president that they refer to a time frame as that president's era. I'm sorry?
Is it the Jeffersonian?
No. I can't remember right now. But in that case, in those cases, you have to make sure that you're checking the dictionary. What?
Jacksonian, like Andrew Jackson.
Whatever it is.
I put Reagan era.
Like Reagan era, that kind of stuff. Kennedy era, that kind of stuff. Make sure you're capitalizing what you need to capitalize and not.
Trump century.
So things like that, for me, I would check the dictionary just to make sure that you're using the capitalization correctly. Because here, Victorian era, the era is capitalized. But in Vietnam era, I don't think the era is capitalized. I don't think. I'm not sure. I wrote a feature story, and I can't remember if it was or wasn't. Yes?
I just got really confused on the difference between the two, Victorian and Vietnam.
Like I said, if you're going to use that in your writing, I'm telling you that I don't know, so you need to check it in the dictionary to find out if you're using it correctly. That is why I'm harping on the fact that you have to use your resources when you're talking about historical periods, because some of them, the era is capitalized and some of them aren't. Now, I am not going to stand here and remember every single one that is capitalized. I have better use for my brain cells. So if I am writing a story, I would make sure that I have my resources available and I'm doing my research to find out which one is capitalized and which is not. Yes, Seaman Hall.
There's another entry in the AP Style Guide on page 120, historical periods.
What does it say?
So it just has a list of them, a list of different eras and things, and then it says if it doesn't have it in this book, then check the dictionary.
Look at that. Yes.
Vietnam era is in the dictionary.
What does it say?
There's Vietnam, Vietnamese, and Vietnam War.
So it is not even, it's not even referred to as Vietnam era, it's just the Vietnam War. See, there you go. You got to check your resources to make sure that you're using them correctly. Yes, Seaman Fink, what's up?
And someone in the AP Style Guide, it says capitalize only the proper nouns or adjectives and general descriptions of the period, and it has Victorian era in there, and the era is not capitalized.
Yeah.
Well, then you go with whatever your resource says.
So I think what it's saying is that you capitalize the proper noun and then.
Not the
Yeah,
era.
not whatever.
Right. There you go. All right, we got to go through this. Where are we? All right, we got to go through this really quick so we can go on a break. So months, days of the week, and holidays. We know this, right?
Yes.
Christmas, Easter, St. Patrick's Day,
Arbor Day.
Halloween, they're all capitalized. However, you're not going to capitalize seasons unless they're included in a title. And there's an entry for that in your AP. So Winter Olympics, of course, is part of a title, so you will capitalize that. But if you're just saying, I love winter, winter would not be capitalized. Composition titles. Funny enough, there's a whole entry in your AP Style Guide about composition titles. What is it? Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears. It has more than one word. That's a composition titles. You're going to always capitalize the first and last word, but you're not going to capitalize little words such as of, or, nor, and, if, but, and, the. Is this on that handout that you got?
Yes.
Yep. And you only capitalize these if it is the first word in the title, because you will capitalize the first and last. Any questions there? If you have questions about composition titles, AP Style Guide. Some more examples. The calm before the storm. The is not capitalized, but's not capitalized, of is not capitalized, everything else is. All right? Names of specific courses. If you are talking about the basic mass communication specialist course, it will all be capitalized. When you're in college, History 101, history is capitalized. Child psychology will be capitalized. Yes?
Well, I was going to ask if the, et cetera, would be capitalized in that case, but I don't know if there's any reason why it wouldn't be. So
No.
That's why I put my hand back down.
Okay. Any questions here about titles? All right, and the last one, quotations. So you have 3 different type of quotes that you're going to use in your stories: direct, partial direct, and indirect. So direct quotes, you will capitalize the first word. In this course, this is the format you will use right here. So beginning of a sentence, the will be capitalized. Any questions here? Yes, Seaman Willie.
If you have a quote like the second example and say that wasn't the end of the sentence, and after said the public affairs officer, you're going to continue the rest of that sentence?
Now you're going to continue, and it'll look like that. You're going to start with your open quotations, uppercase, the first word, and then you're going to continue.
So even if it's in the same sentence, you're still going to capitalize it if it's at the beginning of a new sentence?
You will always capitalize at the beginning of a sentence.
Oh, no, I mean if it wasn't the beginning of a new sentence. Like
It is a new sentence if it comes after a period.
I'm sorry, MC, what I meant if like the first part of the quote didn't finish the sentence, like sometimes it's used for like if someone were to say like, I can't think of an example, but where the first part doesn't end the sentence of the quote that the person was saying, and they continue it after said the public affairs officer. Like,
You're not going to interject a title in the middle of a sentence. You're not going to do that. You're going to complete the first sentence. You're going to put the title, said person, and then you're going to finish with what they said. But you have to have a complete sentence.
I just seen it sometimes the other way, so that's why I was asking.
And we are in Navy writing for news writers at this point, and we're teaching you the correct way to do it now that you're here. So, any questions here for direct quote? You guys are really quiet, and I don't know if you understand or you're just saying blah, 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 so you can go on break.
We understand.
Okay. Partial quotes, partial direct quotes. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain, said singer Eliza Doolittle. The policeman said that the attack was the most brutal he'd seen in 30 years on the police force. Again, this is the method that we use. Whatever it is, said person. It's the most foolproof way to guarantee that you're doing it correctly. Once you pass this course, you can write however you want, as long as you understand the basic concept that we're trying to teach you. So whatever is said, said the person. Any questions here?
No.
And then indirect. He was extremely excited to return from the 12-month deployment in Afghanistan. So again, first word in the sentence, you're going to uppercase the proper noun, said person's name, and that will be uppercase, period. This is the preferred way that we're going to write. Once you graduate this course, you can do it that way. Any questions there? Yes, Seaman de Gabriel.
Okay, as far as the partial quote goes, what is really the point? I mean, when would you use that? Because it seems like the whole thing is a quote. But it looks like you're just trying to interject something, like use the journalist's own opinion and then interject.
No. So say for instance, you are writing a story about an attack that this policeman is responding to. You are writing the story, and in the interview, he said that this is the most brutal attack he has ever seen in his 30 years, and he goes on to describe his entire 30 years. All you really want him to say, because it's his firsthand experience, is the fact that the attack was the most brutal. There's more impact when it comes from him saying those words than the journalist who wasn't even there. So you write indirectly, the policeman said that the attack was, because that's what the attack was. You give him his moment to shine, the most brutal, and then you follow up with the rest of the information that is relevant to that particular block of information.
Okay, so it's basically like taking
The last 30 years of his life.
paraphrasing
and paraphrasing and pulling out the most direct information that has the most impact and attributing that to him. Because coming from you, the most brutal, okay, but coming from him, you can put yourself in his position and think, okay, for him, it was the most brutal. Question?
No, I was just gonna add that.
Okay. All right, so that's partial, indirect, and direct. Any questions about the capitalization rules that we have gone over today? So I have a handout for you. You will complete this tonight and turn it in with your homework in the morning. Any questions? Always use your resources. There should be a dictionary somewhere at the desk. You need one more?
Thank you.
Yes.
One more over here.
Oh, I can't count.
Thank you.
Put your stuff away. That was quick, down, dry, and dirty, right? Nothing scary about capitalization. It's stuff that we already know, things that you've already applied in your writing without even thinking twice about it. Now we just kind of added titles. What else was new? That's pretty much it, right? That's the only thing that you...
Clarified everything.
Yeah, ships would kind of, yeah, the ships, the names of the ships and stuff. So yeah, you guys have the capitalization homework to do tonight. And if you have any questions, of course, shoot us a message on Facebook. Take 10 minutes, come back, and you're going to have Petty Officer Sheelander. He's going to go over some more PA stuff with you.
1431.
1431 aye.
Hey. Woo!